Old people lining up, I'm sure, getting ready about an hour after fans celebrated all throughout the night. What's going on in South Miami?
They got to print all those shirts.
Yep, we're running them all night, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been very busy somewhere, wherever they make those shirts, guys. But as you mentioned, we're here outside one of the Dick's Sporting Goods stores in South Miami. This is actually the store at the right next to the Dadeland Mall. This is one of the few stores throughout all of South Florida that's going to actually open up early today as they begin to sell some of that Heat merchandise following their big win in game number 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals last night. Of course, the Heat playing on the road in Boston yesterday, which left the Kaseya Center empty of sorts. So what better thing to do than hold an official watch party there last night for all of the Heat fans who wanted to watch right here in South Florida. Let's take you now to some video from that event. Really was a great event there at the Kaseya Center. Not only was Bernie on hand, but several members of the Miami Heat dancing squad also there as well, helping to get the crowd pumped up as they watched on the big screens. Let's be honest here, guys. After that Game 6 loss to Boston here at home on Saturday, many Heat fans were so very worried heading into that game last night. Worried that the Heat could have trouble sealing the deal on the road in Game 7. In the end, however, it was a true team effort, as Will just mentioned, with the Heat pulling away late, winning by a pretty hefty margin. The final score, the Heat over the Celtics by almost 20 points, officially knocking out the number 2 seed Boston right there. Now, as you can imagine, that was the result so many Heat fans were hoping for. It sent so many large crowds into the street last night right after that game ended. This was all right around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, in case you went to bed early last night. All over South Florida, you could hear so many whistles, so many pots and pans banging. This is the scene that was in Westchester yesterday. So many Heat fans also coming out in their cars, lining the road, parading down the streets with their Heat flags, all celebrating the big win by the Heat last night. And it wasn't just Westchester that was getting fired up. Fans over in Hialeah also showing their support as well. We have some more video from that scene. Again, so many fans there. This is a true South Florida thing. This is how you know you're celebrating a South Florida sports team, because rather than bring out noisemakers, what do? We bring out our pots and pans, as we saw so many people there in Hialeah with last night, all ready to cheer on the Heat as they now begin to move on to the NBA Finals. Here's what one Heat superfan had to tell us last night after following the team for all these years. Take a listen.